Hi, this is Arya Live TV, live inside our studio at 6040 South Durango, Suite 115. And today I would like to welcome and introduce my guest. He is not just a captain in the police force, of course, that's former, and he's also city council of our community, and he is also a friend in a community, and he is also awarded by what companies that you become awarded?
Well, actually, the Asian Chamber of Commerce made me the elected official of the year,
Elected official of the year.
and the Nevada League of Cities named me the elected official of the year.
Let me continue who he is. He is a community leader. He is also a Protem mayor of Las Vegas. He is also now running for Commissioner District C. And he's also a grandfather, probably also great-grandfather, and a good husband of his wife, of course. And I want to ask him also, how many children do you have?
Well, I have two daughters. One's around 35, and the other one's around 32. And my oldest daughter has 2.5 grandkids, a 2-year-old and a 8-month-old, two boys, and then she's pregnant with my third grandson. So
See,
very blessed.
I never make a mistake. I want to welcome the loving running candidate commissioner, no other than Stavros Anthony, a community leader here in our Las Vegas. So welcome to my show again.
Thank you for
your
having me.
second time
Yep.
in my show. The last time with Rosemary, and since the pandemic is still strong at that time, we did it in my house, and thank you for that.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So let's talk about your campaign first. How are you doing so far with that?
You know, the campaign is going great. I'm getting so much support from people. People are endorsing my campaign. People are writing me campaign contributions. People are out walking door to door. They're putting up signs in their yards. They're handing out pamphlets to their neighborhoods. I'm very happy the way things are going. I'm getting a lot of support, and I think it's because people know I'm committed to public service, and really the most important thing is representing the people. I like to spend time in the community, talking to folks, finding out what's important to them, what they think their county commissioner should be doing, what their city council should be doing to make their lives better. And I plan on winning in 10 days, and I just appreciate everyone's support, and I plan on continuing my public service on the Clark County Commission.
Well, I think you're gonna get elected, and I don't have worry about that. But let's talk about the worrying of everybody in the U.S. alone. About the ballots, as you can see, I brought mine here, and I didn't fill in nothing. But I've been helping some of the people asking me who they are going to vote for. In fact, I have several friends call me before they go to the voting area who I had to vote with. So I select some of them. Actually, the judges, I'm just guessing some of them because I don't know who they are, but some of them are dear friend of ours. Tell me, why the people are worrying about voting, mailing, and just not to come and see, and why it's mailing? What do you think is the worry of each citizen in the United States about that?
Well, the problem is we have never done this mass scale of mail-in voting. We've never had everybody, pretty much the entire country, get mailed a ballot in the mail. So here in Nevada, we've never had a situation where everybody was mailed a ballot. It was either you requested an absentee ballot, which one would be mailed to you, or you received your sample ballot and you went and voted in person during early voting or on election day. So we've never done this before. And then the second part of that is the legislature passes ballot harvesting system, which up to 6 months ago, it was a felony. You could go to prison for ballot harvesting, and now it's legal. And people are looking at this going, why are we doing it? What's going on? It's causing confusion. And my message to really everybody that's out there voting is go vote in person. There's plenty of places to go vote early. You can vote on election day. I know Sunday, or Saturday, which was the first day of early voting, there were long lines, couple hours, but we have 2 more weeks left. So you can virtually go to any election booth and vote, and probably not stand in stand in line. So
Correct, correct.
please don't give your mail-in ballot to anyone. Do not give that
Uh,
to anyone. If you do happen to mail it, you can do that, but the safest way to do it is to go vote in person, or you can actually go to the election department and hand them your ballot in person so it doesn't have to go through the mail process. But the system that we have now does have the potential for fraud and forgery and for shenanigans, and that's what people are very worried about, and that's why there are so many people going to the polls to vote in person, because they don't want to hand their ballot to somebody else. They want to do it themselves.
correct, correct. So as you can see, mine, it's actually empty. I never done nothing yet because I'm gonna do it on the voting area. So yeah, I think that's the worry about everyone,
Yes.
that we might, someone will cheat us. Someone will. Actually, what I heard also the other day on Minnesota, where it's Ilham Omar, there's a guy who's doing the video that he said he has a lot of ballots that he's collecting, and he's the one who's going to bring in. Everybody are voting for Ilham Omar.
Right.
So that's in actually YouTube.
And you're getting stories here where people are getting 4, 5, 6 ballots in the mail from their dead parent, their kid that doesn't live there anymore. They get these extra ballots, and the question is, can somebody open those up, fill those out, forge their name, send it in, and will the vote count, or will it be catched as a fraud? And that's what people are worried about. So if you happen to see a bunch of ballots sitting around somewhere, pick them up and take them to the election department so they can destroy
So who
them.
is actually in charge by doing this? Who approved this to be a mailing votes?
It was our Democrat-controlled state legislature. It was done in a special session. It was done in the middle of the night. It was done really without any public comment, where the Democrat-controlled legislature and our governor passed this really without any input from anybody, and there was no reason to do it. We're today.
Why it become approved?
Because they can do that. Because the legislature can do that. All the Republicans voted against it. They did not approve of this, but they did it anyway. And you kind of have to wonder, why is it that they passed an all mail-in ballot when today people are showing up all over southern Nevada and all over Nevada voting in person, and they're doing it just fine. They're wearing their mask. They're 6 feet away. Our governor even went out and voted in person. So there was really, from my standpoint, no reason to do this, except we don't know.
Why is
And that's what we don't know.
I want to
So
say this, since we're talking about America. Since I was young, growing up in the Philippines, we always adore America. We always think America doesn't do any raid check, only Philippines or other countries. But now I'm seeing my eye, hearing it. I think we're having now a bad reputation due to some of our leader are doing scamming, are doing fraudulent. This is actually, we call it fraudulent. Why is that? We're losing that respect and credibility that used to be respectable country. But until today, we're still number one in the world. Of course, our money is being respected around the world. But then again, why do we have that now? Just because greed? Greed? Is that going to happen in our White House? Greed versus really what's gonna happen in our country. So it's just like we are having a red tint now.
well, that's what people are worried about. We have never done this before. This is brand new, and people are sitting around going, why are we doing this? Why are we changing our whole election system in this particular election? And people are arguing somebody's trying to steal the election. Somebody's trying to stuff the ballot box with mail-in ballots. Somebody's trying to steal the election. And all we can do is we can hope that we have such a solid election system in our country that will not happen. And we have to rely on, our Secretary of State, who's responsible for elections, our Clark County elected officials to do that, to make sure that we don't have a system that's stolen. But that's what people are worried about because this is brand new. There is no reason to do this.
Correct.
And that's why people are very focused on making sure they vote in person, that they're watching what's going on, and we just have to make sure that this election is not stolen, not only in Nevada, but all over the country.
Well, I think you got the good answer for that. But then again, it's still a lot of people are worried and
Yes,
scared. A lot of people.
I'm with them 100%.
Let's talk about you. Why do you think commission? Why do you think that position? Tell me. What do you think you can do to the community and the business and so many dying business owner? And as I mentioned it to you, but before I'm going to go to that subject matter, tell me why commission?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I've been here for Las Vegas for 40 years. I came out here in 1980 to join the police department. I spent 29 great years with the police department. I was 10 years I was a police officer, 5 sergeant, 10 as a my last 10 years I was a captain. So I had a wonderful career. In between that, I mean, I ran for the Board of Regents a couple of times. I'm very interested in higher education. I went to the FBI National Academy and received my leadership diploma there. So, and then in 2009, I ran for the Las Vegas City Council, and I'm in my 3rd term. I ran for my 1st term, I ran for my 2nd term, got 78% of the vote. Ran for my 3rd term, got 76% of the vote. So my entire life has been public service, helping people, being out in the community, talking to folks, finding out what's important to them when it comes to the police department, when it comes to higher education, when it comes to city government, what should they be doing for the people in our community? That's what I know how to do. And now I'm termed out on the city council, and this is just a natural progression for me. My ward, Ward 4, is completely in District C, so they know me very well. And the District C, which is basically the northwest part of the valley, I'm very active up there. So this is just a great opportunity for me to continue my public service. I'm still young, only 63 years old. Have
Very young.
many years to go, so I'm looking forward to taking my experience in public safety and the business community and taking it over to the entire county of Southern Nevada to help people. And to your specific question, I mean, the most important thing to me is public safety. We can talk about that in a second.
Sure.
But to your question, the second most important, or the top, is making sure that local government does not get in the way of people that want to open up a new business, grow a new business, expand a new business, hire more employees. We in local government have to bend over backwards to help people.
Correct.
So it shouldn't take, I mean, you should be able to get a business license just like that online and open up your business immediately. There's no reason that it should take, the rules and regulations and taxes should take forever for somebody to open up a business, because a business is ready to put people to work.
Correct.
You know, and people are ready to go back to work, especially in this day. So it's going to be my job when I get elected to the county commission to listen to you and other business people, and you tell me what the problems are. And if it's taking too long to get a business license, I'm going to fix that. If there are too many regulations involved to get your business open, I'm going to fix that. If it's the taxes and fees are too high, it's costing me too much to do that,
It is.
I'm going to reduce that. There's
Really?
no reason.
Oh my God, guys, did
So
you hear that?
I'm committed to that.
We're opening a business this week, and the Secretary of State are charging us $750. Before that's corporation and LLC, it's $450. Imagine that. We don't even have a business yet, and it costs us almost $10,000 to $5,000 just to get everything going. Tell me, I know I'm kind of aggressive right now. Getting a license, doing a healthcare, especially hospice, behavioral, home health, home care, all those medical fields. Why do you think so we had to wait a year and 4 months just to get that license? Tell me. And also, why do we have to pay already the building? We had to have a place. We had to have the doctor. And we're not even making money yet. And we had to wait forever. Why is that? We want to make money already. We want to help the community. We want to help ourselves. Why do you think is that? Tell me.
Because it's always been that way. That's the way. That's the reason why it's that way today. It's always been that way. There's a history behind it. It's been building up for that for 20, 30 years, and
How could you fix that?
you have to have somebody like me that's going to go in and commit to saying we need to make changes. We need to reduce the regulations. We need to reduce the fees. Just because we did it 20 years ago that way doesn't mean we need to do it today. And I'll give you a perfect example. The convenience stores, all their employees had to have a work card.
Correct.
Every single employee had to have a work card. If you're behind the counter and you're selling
Cigarettes.
cigarettes and beer and
beer.
some candy,
Yes.
you have to have a work card. So they came to me and said, this is causing a lot of work for us. The work cards are expensive. It takes time to get them. It takes time to hire our employees. There's no reason for them to have a work card. Our manager has a work card.
Correct.
And they can supervise everybody. So I passed an ordinance at the city of Las Vegas where we did away with the work cards for every employee in a convenience store except for the key employee, the manager. And
Supervisor.
that's what you do. So
Correct.
the work cards were around for 20, 30, 40 years. Nobody decided to change it, but somebody came to me like you and said, hey, we need to fix that. It's causing problems. I can do that. As long as I get the rest of the city council or the county commission to go along with me, I can do that. And they went along with me on the city council. So that's what I mean by being out in the community talking to folks. So talking to the medical experts that are saying, we're trying to open up a business to help people, and it's taking a year and a half for us to open.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
And we're gonna fix that. I just
Oh my God!
I have to get
we
into
are
the
live.
weeds. Yes.
We are live. Okay, that's recorded. Now, no kidding aside. Okay, you have to think about this. Tomorrow, right? We're gonna register. We're gonna sign it. It's gonna cost us $7,100 for the state. Okay, and $750 for the Secretary of State. And there's another fees that we're gonna get. I have the list. Listen to this. The approval is a year and a half. Why is that? And we have to pay the building already. We had to pay the medical doctor already. We had to pay everybody without no business because we had to wait that stupid license. Sorry. We had to we had to wait for that license. And this is your job now. That's why I want to be your sidekick sometime because there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in here. A lot of people are calling me, asking me, since I'm in the media, since I invited special people in my show. And this is your job because I read who you are, your position now. You're going to win. And how are you going to put that together right away? That's supposed to be in your platform now, here.
Well, if I've just sent out a couple of commercials on television for my campaign, and one of the commercials says I'm going to form a Southern Nevada Business Task Force. I've already committed to that, to bring people like you on board on this task force and sit down and talk about what are the obstacles in the county that are causing people to not open up a business or expand a business. And because I don't know what those are right now. I need people like you that are impacted personally to let me know what it is, and then we're going to run with it.
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
We're going to do some good things out there, I guarantee you. I have to get elected first, and I plan on it.
You are. I will push that. I'll help you to win for that, so that I can see it in the ballot. Not just in the ballot. I can see in the community. You should call at least all the businesses in your. When you win, you should form that. We get together.
Yes.
I have a place for you. That's not a problem. So that all these small businesses can actually address their problems. Like right now, I'm addressing it to you. I have so many people who said, hey, Ariel, since you know everybody, and I believe your guest is Stavros Anthony and he's running for commission, do you know that's his job? So there you go. Why do you think is that?
Yeah, and it's not going to be just me. It's going to be, I'm going to have Clark County Business Licensing there, Clark County Building and Safety, Code Enforcement, anybody that's involved in opening up a new business. I'm going to get them there and say, hey, how can we do it this way still? How can we get rid of that regulation? How can we reduce that license? If it's a $500 fee, why not make it $250 fee? And I'm going to listen to them and see why they have that. And if there's no valid reason, we're going to make some changes. Because I think a big part of it is we just always do it the same. and nobody wants to step up and make the right changes.
We are
And
complaining.
I plan on doing that.
We are complaining. Everybody are calling me and says, I can mention all of them. They said, can you? Why not? Today is my chance.
Yep.
And also, I work with Destiny Homes. He's a builder, and he kept complaining, my God, the city council, city Las Vegas takes a long time to get approval. My God, the energy, Nevada energy, he didn't get it yet until today. He builds a home in Russell in Pecos, 10 houses. It takes him a long time to get approved.
And you know, that's interesting you bring that up, because it really should be a regional approach. When somebody that wants to open up a business, is Nevada Power doing the right thing? Is the water district doing the right thing?
No.
Is the state doing the right thing? We need to bring
No.
everybody together and talk about how we can all work together for you. That's really what it comes down to.
Destiny Homes, Gasmis Sherpy said, Ariel, what can you do? You're always in the community, in the media. It takes a long time for them. These are the small builder. By the time they get their license approval, it takes them a year. Why is that?
Well, I'm going to be your champion on the Clark County Commission. That's all I can tell you at this point.
I'll get you a t-shirt, champion.
I'm the champion. We
So-
are the champion.
So is that your first priority, basically, to help nowadays, because everybody lost hope already because of the pandemic, and we only get help one time.
Well, actually, I really have three priorities. That's one of them, is what we've talked about, helping businesses open and grow. Another priority I have is public safety, and that's really just about everyone in Southern Nevada wants to make sure that we have a safe neighborhood to live in, safe park to take your kids or your dog. You have a safe place to go shopping. When you drive around, you feel safe. The roads are in good shape. People want to be able to drive around and really walk out. What I look at is, I want people to walk out their front door and look around and say, you know, this is a great place to live. And it's not, it's more because my local government, the city or the county, is doing what they need to be doing to make sure that I live in a safe neighborhood. That's really a top priority for me, and that's supporting our police department, supporting our police officers, making sure that we have the best paid and trained and equipped police officers, and making sure that the city and county are doing what they're supposed to be doing to make sure that you can drive around and you don't feel like you're going to be a victim of a crime. And that's really very important. That's one of my top priorities.
That's second. Number three, before you go on your number three, can you also implement or talk to the sheriff or the metro? When they pull over someone, can you let them go to the safe place rather than holding the traffic? That's stupid, isn't it? Okay, they say there's no license plate, like me. Why pull me over in the middle of the road?
Right.
Why not let me go over to the safety place so that all the traffic will go smoothly? Why this police 3 or 4 holding the traffic? Instead, they had to guide the traffic smoothly. Why not, let's say me, right? Because I got the car, because the registration is not there yet, right? It's only in the front. Why pull me over in the middle of the road? Why not let me go safety in a parking spot, corner, so that the traffic will go smoothly?
I'm with you. You know, a lot of that depends on the traffic, what the traffic stop is, where it's occurring. But you're right. Every traffic stop should try to be on the side of the road, actually off the road in a parking lot, so you can do it safely. I agree with you 100%.
You were a captain in a police force for a long, long time. You saw that yourself too. You are a citizen in Las Vegas, and you saw it your eye. What do you think about that?
About who?
What do you think about that? Not on the middle of the road so that the traffic will go on.
Every time I
smoothly.
try to do a traffic stop, I always try to have the person go to the side of the road or off the road into a parking lot.
That's what I want.
It's just that sometimes the person driving the car just stops. They get scared.
Because they're scared.
They're scared. They see the
Yeah.
lights on, they get scared. They just stop in the middle of the road, or they just stop on the side of the road. So it's not always a police officer, but I don't fault the citizen. They just get, you know, when you get pulled over, you just get excited. You don't know what's going on. It's a police officer. So you just stop. But a lot of police officers will try to coax them over. And that's what I always try to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it
But the
doesn't.
sheriff, I think he's not doing a right thing now
Well,
because I see it.
I'll talk to the sheriff about that.
Almost every day. I drive every day here in Las Vegas. Trust me, ask them. I always out. And I always send the accident. I always send this type of situation. They're the one who's blocking the traffic. Sometimes they fall over a man without no t-shirt and they block the traffic already. 2 or 3 police. Huh? Only one guy, 3 or 4 already? Why is that? Isn't that's stupid? One guy that they arrested, I saw it because I've been driving almost every day. One guy, okay, corner, I think Sahara and Lendell. One guy without no t-shirt, 3 or 4 police, that's stupid.
Well, it depends on what's going on. It could be
Only one guy?
Well, it could be he has a gun.
No.
Could be
I
has a
saw
knife.
it. Come
Well,
on, don't make excuses.
Well, you
Don't
don't.
give me some reason like that. Okay, that's another
But
reason.
you really don't know what's going on in a situation
Oh,
like
come
that.
on now.
So
Only one
it kinda
woman too.
depends.
I want to argue with that with you, okay?
It could be they just robbed the grocery store and you
No,
don't know
it's
that.
outside.
Well, it could be they got in a car pursuit.
No,
You-
3
you don't-
police, 2 girl, and then the
There's-
2 are just watching. Come on.
There's plenty of situations where you can have 3 or 4 police officers on a car stop. Easily.
See, I can
because-
tell you used to be a police captain. You
Well-
cannot be arguing. I know it. I know it. But I think the community agree. They're the one who's holding the traffic. They're the one who's not guiding the traffic. And sometimes they get upset. Because sometimes one day, okay, they block the traffic. Sir, can I go straight there? No, can you see the, why yell at me? Why yell? Just because they're police force? Just because they have a gun? Just because they're in uniform? Why not say, ma'am, go to this way? Why they're the one who's aggressive? We should not be aggressive to the citizen because we're not all the citizens are low life. We're not part of the low life, and there's no should be low life people.
Depends on the situation. I can't really
I just
answer
say to
that.
you, because I experience, I'm sharing you the experience
Sure,
that I'm getting in the
absolutely.
community. Remember,
Yeah.
you said I can be your sidekick, so I'm telling you what's going on because you're gonna be
Sure.
a commissioner. You're gonna be out there. You're gonna be
Yep.
the one who's gonna be tackling everybody to put together.
Very good.
All right, let's go to your turn. Now I'm attacking the former captain.
You're not attacking me. You're expressing your opinion. That's okay.
It's not an opinion. No, I
that's-
don't consider that's an opinion. That's reality. That's true.
Okay.
That's not an opinion. It's
Okay.
reality. It's true. It's happening almost every day. You remember you told me citizens are afraid.
hmm
Why do we have to be afraid with them?
Well, it's not being afraid. It's when a police officer pulls you over, you get stressed. You know, it's not what's going through your mind. What did I do? Why am I getting pulled over? What's going on? I've probably never gone through this before. I've never been pulled over before. So it's a stressful situation. I mean, that's just natural. You have a police officer coming up to your car. That's just anything that's out of the ordinary is going to be stressful. And what I can tell you is 95% of the police officers are going to be very professional. They're going to walk up there. They're going to ask you for your driver's license, registration, tell you what you were doing. If you were speeding, they're going to give you a warning or they're going to give you a citation. So those interactions, there are all over the country, there's millions of interactions,
Okay.
millions that
I want to
Everything
interrupt
is
you with
fine.
that. I want to interrupt you with that. A true experience that I have. One police guy, that was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, because I didn't get the tag in my other car. So he pulled me over. I pulled over in a corner, and I already hand him the registration. He said, "Do you know what he said? Thank you." I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, for the inconvenience." That's nice. But the other police pulled me over. Where's your driver license? Where's your? I already showed him this. So it's different. The sheriff should have the same, mentality of training the police officers. See, two things, two police. One pull me over, say, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Thank you so much. Never asked the driver license, never asked my insurance, never asked nothing. But the other one, where's your driver license? Where's your insurance? So two things.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with either one. The second one, the officer has the he has the authority to ask you for your driver's license and your
No, because
insurance.
of the. Okay,
E-
I'm
e-
getting a point. I'm trying to
either
make my point.
either car stop was correct. There's nothing wrong with
You
either
think
one.
so?
Absolutely.
If you already show this, because he's
He can
just
still-
wondering there's no license
You
plate.
can still ask to see your driver's license and registration to make sure that's current. Your driver's license is current. But either one of those are just fine. There's nothing wrong with either one. From my professional experience.
Okay, what about this one? I got a ticket. We filmed Owen, Burgess Owen. You know him, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went to Utah. Coming back, the speeder is 80, 80, 70, and 75, 80. So this highway patrol of Utah said, I'm speeding. I said, no, I'm only doing 80. So he still gave me a ticket. He said, I'm 85. But some of the police told me you can go between 82 to 84 and 85.
Speed limit's 80, you have to go 80 or less. There's no over the speed limit. If the speed limit's 80, then the speed limit's 80. If you're going,
I said, I'm
if
only
you're
doing
going,
80. And he said, I will give you a ticket only 85 so that you don't have to pay too much.
well, then you have to pay it or go to court.
It doesn't make sense. The police. All right, let's go back to the. Well, I already questioned, guys. So many questions out there. Actually, can you ask him?
I see your entourage is here
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah,
They have
nice.
questions for the business also. Now he's saying he has. We talk about the two platform. Number 3, go ahead.
Well, number 3 is making sure our tax dollars are spent well. So the county brings in X number of tax dollars and they have to spend it a certain way. I want to make sure it's being spent correctly. I want to make sure it's spent in a way that helps people in our community. So if public safety is their number 1 priority, I want to make sure the money is being spent in public safety. If being business friendly is important, I want to make sure that our tax dollars are being spent to be business friendly. I want to make sure that our tax dollars are spent on good roads. So what I pay a lot of attention to is making sure that your dollars that you give to the county are not spent on stupid things. And I spend a lot of time on
Like
that.
what? Give me number 1, the stupid things that the city or the Las Vegas itself
Well,
that they did.
You know, I guess one of them would be when we try to attract businesses here from out of state, we give them a lot of tax incentives. I'm not really too interested in that. It's taking tax dollars that we could help our residents to bring in somebody from out of state to help them open up a business. I would rather use our tax dollars to help small businesses here in Southern Nevada, people that already live here. So that's one example of taking tax dollars and using it in a way that really doesn't help the people that live here already. So these tax subsidies, things like that, and a lot of it just comes up on a regular basis. So it's not one particular example. It's just somebody comes up, says, I want to spend money to subsidize this company, but we're not going to subsidize that company. That's not fair. And so those are kind of a couple examples of that.
That's a good one. That's good. What about the, as we talk about the first entry we have, what about the small businesses? How soon do you think that they can get some also funding to community? Like, it's just so hard. A lot of people said, everybody's saying, you can even get any loan to SBA. You can't. You need to have a good credit.
Right.
You need to have 2 years. I have a lot of people are asking me, hey, where can we get the funding? Ask them. There you go. There's a question. Please question.
And you know what? A lot of that's the federal government, but it's up to the county to help navigate that. So if the federal government has small business loan programs available to small businesses, it should be up to the county. You should be able to go to the county and say, hey, help me get
Go
with
on.
the Small Business Administration and navigate that. Find out how I can put an application and help me get with the federal government. We should be doing that, and if we're not doing that, then that's a shame, and
It is
I'm
a
gonna
shame.
I'm gonna take a look at how we can do that.
It is a shame. You have question?
Is there a way that they can maybe televise something that goes out to the public?
That
So
would be
that's
that would
why.
be easy.
That would
That-
be
That's why we need to
Yeah.
do that every week.
That could really, like even on like Fox News or something,
Mhm.
maybe possible they could like have them teach on the
That's why
airwaves,
I wanna
Sure.
I wanna air that. I know if he win, we can do that.
Yep.
Yeah, like
We
a
can
whole
do that.
public
Yeah.
teach,
So what do you
not
think
just
about that,
YouTube or
Miss Jo?
something.
That would be easy to do.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be, I think that would help, because I know, like, I'll go and I'll look at different things or read, but I've only been, like, fully on in a year,
Right.
so it's a new thing for some of us.
See, I told you.
It's a good idea.
It's
Or get it on
like,
aerial show.
yeah, you can be having a show here every week, you know. and
That's
you're
why
here
I
office.
say we need to go out,
Yeah.
talk to people like the ones here,
Yeah.
because they're smart. They know what they need to help get things done, and that would be
We
helpful.
can do that. On
Yeah.
the 29th, we're going to invite the community and your guest speaker
I will
on
be
the
there.
29th.
Okay.
We already submit the request.
Submitted it.
We submitted, and I told him to rush.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of businesses. Imagine there are poor doctors here. That's their business. You meet Dinesh, so also spiritual. There's another one here. This is a sophisticated photography. Imagine how hard it is to make a living. Small businesses in the county, and if you're gonna win, and you guys are still giving us a hard time. Why do you think deserve that with a citizen who wants to start business?
You don't deserve that, and that's why I'm going to get elected to the county commission.
I'll be in one of your lists.
You already on my list.
I'll be in your list. I'm gonna hand you.
You're on my you're on my good list.
Well, one more thing. When I first interviewed Catherine Masdo, she told me if she won, she will never neglect people who actually help her, right? And she said she's still going to come back in my studio. Now you can even talk to her. You had to call the constituent, you had to call the... I never done that. I said, you want my vote before, not just her, everybody, right? And you didn't even know me and you didn't even want to talk to me? Excuse me?
I'll
From
talk.
now on, I told them the other day, the Chinese community, hi Ming, so they help, Ariel, can you help us? So I only choose. So I said, no, not that, not that. Because you know what? This running candidate, they only want you when they needed you. But when you need them, they were not even going to say, hi, oh, you call my assistant. So I said, from now on, I will say to my people, vote this one.
Well, we'll be keeping in touch after the election. Absolutely.
That's Catherine Masto. She was actually on my show, the Senator Catherine Masto. And used to be my co-host from time to time is the State Senator Mark Menendez. How are you? I miss you. So, I mean, I'm not kidding. It's true. All these people drag you all over the place, you know, giving them, you know, fundraising. And then after they win, they forget you.
That's a shame.
What's going on? And you have to complain something like today. I'm addressing it to you what's actually the citizen needs, not just me. They're always small businesses. They actually, Vilma was just here. Come on, sis, this is too much. Secretary of State now it's $750. LLC is $400. That's how much I pay. We have a LLC, $450 by just getting LLC,
Right.
by doing nothing. Because we don't have a business. I do concert, I do production, and there's no business but we're paying.
Well, those are state issues. You need to get some state legislatures on your show and talk to them about that.
With you in there.
I'll be there with you.
But thank you so much. I know
Yep.
you have you're actually your plan to the community and being you as commissioner. I mean, what else do you think is the best for our state? Or I mean, in a county, right? It's a county
It's a
because
county,
we
yeah.
have 3 sector, right? North Las Vegas, Henderson, and Las Vegas.
Yep. Well, you know what's best for the Southern Nevada is to make sure we have a safe place to live and a safe place to work and a safe place to take our kids in a great educational system and healthcare system, and having a system where our businesses are supported and allowed to grow and prosper and open, and we can do that. We just need the right people on the Clark County Commission to create that environment. Because I love living in Las Vegas, I love living in Clark County, and if we're all working together, this is going to be a great place to live.
Let's continue more because we have a guest who wants to question you. So my technical director preparing the mic. So you can. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead. All right. Okay. So the best thing that I think that we have also is for the kids to go. That doesn't cost us a lot of money. Flipping out, it costs me a lot of money. My daughter loves flipping out. Flip and out. It costs what, $20 an hour, 2 hours? That's too expensive. The other day my daughter said, how much did you spend? $50.
I don't know what that is.
Flip in out. You go jumping,
Oh, it's a
running
private
around.
company?
I believe so. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure. It's so expensive. Go ahead, sis.
Anthony?
Hi.
Yeah, Stavros.
Mr. Stavros, okay. My name is Jocelyn, and I was just wondering, I don't know if you covered anything about the pandemic yet, and how the county has decided to respond to certain challenges that the county may face when something breaks out like a pandemic or rioting or anything like that. I know that's also a question for the city. But as the county, how are they proposing to address challenges such as health breakout? How are the hospitals going to respond to things like that? Is there enough food coming in? Is there enough water coming in case, the borders get shut down? Do you foresee anything like that in the near future, maybe next year?
Well, I tell you, we've been doing this COVID it's been like 6-7 months, and right now the hospitals are in great shape. The number of COVID deaths are going way down, so we're on the downside of COVID. We still have to be careful. There's nothing wrong with wearing a mask. There's nothing wrong with distancing, but I think we need to start flipping it and allowing businesses to open. I mean, if you look at the Strip, we need to open up the Strip. There's thousands and thousands of people that can't get a job back because the casinos are still shut down to a certain degree. So we need to stay safe, but we need to put more emphasis on opening up the county. In fact, I mean, for example, the school district should be open today. Kids can go to school safely. This online learning is not working as well as it should. Kids need to be back in school. And their kids are like the least affected population when it comes to COVID.
Correct.
So it's this overreaction that has to stop. So schools need to open, casinos need to open. We need to get our conventions back, and we can do it safely. We're not stupid. We know about wearing masks. We know about social distancing. We know how to wash our hands. We've learned all that, but we can't stay in a lockdown mode. This lockdown mode is causing suicides to go up, drug use to go up, alcohol use to go up. People are stuck in their homes. They're not socializing with each other, and that's bad for our society. So we need to stay safe, but the emphasis has to be on getting our economy open.
Yeah, that's a good discussion. We're supposed to talk about that because my daughter and I have a conversation last night. Mom, Zoom school is not working.
It's not working.
Mom, I mean straight A's, but I don't understand some of it already because, doing a PE, and I'm standing in a Zoom and doing jumping. I said, I do geometry, I'm losing it, Mom, because sometimes I don't submit the whole page. So Zoom doesn't work for the kids to go to school. And also, I'm not going to mention who is the doctor that I spoke yesterday. They said that the pandemic is still high here in Vegas. In fact, it said one of the hospital, I'm not going to mention, I talked to her yesterday. She said Before they're number 2, now they're 25, so it's growing. So when you mentioned said less, no, it's not. The doctor said to me yesterday, this is a real doctor with one of the hospital here. He said it rise up the COVID that they have right now. They're 25 instead 2. I'll mention it to you behind the scene later.
Okay.
So we still have to be very careful. She told me that you still have to wear your mask because it's still dangerous. So I guess it's still there. So what are we going to do? What's the governor's plan for this?
You need to get the governor on your show and ask him.
He's hard to get.
I'm not gonna
an
speak.
eel.
I'm not going to speak for the governor.
He's like
you
an
call
eel.
him and get him on your show
All right.
and ask him to explain
We still have
that.
another question.
Regarding the schools, is the county taking extra precautions in preventing the spread of any disease or any virus actually?
So that's a good question. I'm running for the Clark County Commission, so we don't really have a lot of authority over the schools. It's the Clark County School District, the Clark County School Board, the state school district. They're the ones that are responsible for the schools. So we don't have any authority over opening schools, closing schools, their safety. It's all with them. But I guarantee you, the Clark County School District is doing the best they can to make sure the schools are safe, but we just don't have any kids in them. So, we need, I think, my personal opinion is we can get kids in our schools and safely protect them from COVID and give them a good education. But I don't have any authority to dictate that to anybody. It's up to the Clark County School District to do that.
That's a good question. Says, why, if we have so much
So
money,
you need somebody from the Clark County School
Yeah.
District on your show.
we have
That
that.
goes
Okay.
for other county facilities too, that question.
The county facilities?
Taking extra precaution to prevent, other than just washing hands or, wiping down public spaces that are held by, the public. I believe that Ariel also has a product that can be utilized, to
Yes, I
mist
have.
the air or
Sure.
things like that. Do you think that they would be willing to take a look at those kind of products when deciding on the budget? this year?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the budget should include ways to protect us from COVID in a public place, so absolutely, yeah.
I can actually give you 50%. I have the scientists made that.
You can't give me a discount on
Yeah,
television.
I can.
I'm running for office, I'm gonna pay you 100% of your product.
Okay,
So
give
remember
me,
that.
pay me 100% plus one. But anyway, no
I'll
kidding
even give you the
aside,
plus one.
that's actually for the buyer for our county. So we have that. We have a scientist who created the product for me. It's actually for the pandemic. He's a famous scientist. He also designed some product for the government.
Great.
Yeah, I have a lot in my house, stands. But anyway, I will release that. But your tree platform is so wonderful. I know that everybody loves you, being you as a retired police captain, being you also a councilman, being you also voted by the chamber. You have a good reputation to the
Thank you.
community. I never heard any bad things yet about you. But some of them, I heard bad things about somebody. They
Thank
tell
you.
me, why are you voting for that person? I said, well, because I want to vote for him. A lot of people are saying, oh, who's that, who's that? We have some running candidate in the past ask me, why are you putting that on your wall? Why are you voting for that person? I said, excuse me, that's my own, opinion, and that's my own, caring for people. If that's what I want, then vote for you. People call me, it's like, well, since you're in the media, can you question that? So that's actually the question, why we have that and we have to wait forever to get that license.
I will find that out for you when I'm elected to the county commission.
You are already a winner. I'm talking to you as a winner.
As soon as I get elected, I'll be in the weeds and we'll find out what's going on. Absolutely.
I'm not kidding. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. You have another
I
question,
have
Sid?
a last question.
Sure.
How do you feel about the vaccine? And do you think that other than what the WHO is presenting to the public, do you think that we can improve on that vaccine?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I'm going to wait to see if they have when they get a vaccine, who approves it, who's it manufactured by, and I will have to make a personal decision whether to take the vaccine or not. Everyone's going to have to make that personal decision. But they're talking about having a vaccine by the end of the year or the beginning of the year. So we'll see how it goes. You know, but I think a lot of people will take the vaccine. A lot of people will say, you know what, I don't need to take it. I'm 25 years old. I'm in good health. I really don't need to take a vaccine because if I get COVID, I'm probably just going to get sick and get a cold and get over it. So I don't really want to do that. So senior citizens probably should take it. So I think it's going to be more of a personal issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do work with a bunch of scientists, and they're coming out with something that's actually good for the body.
Okay.
So I'd like to talk to you about that, especially if you get into office or when you get into office.
He is
Okay.
gonna win. I'm his
Amen.
sidekick. He told me live. I'll be the sidekick, right?
You're a sidekick.
So there you go.
I have you down as a sidekick.
No, I just want to, invite all the community. This coming October 29, we will have a grand opening here. And we're going to invite the businesses and our loving former captain police and also councilman. And now it's going to be a commissioner. Is that how you pronounce it? Commissioner District C, right?
Clark County Commissioner, District C. Yep.
And he will be here as our guest speaker, and I'm inviting all the small businesses or big businesses or any type of business. You guys are welcome. We only probably put 20 tables outside, and please wear your mask because some of the doctors will be here. They said they will be here, but they're gonna be distanced because they told me they're still rising the pandemic. That is still scary, and I want to share that with you guys. It's really scary, and I have a lot of friends, and of course, one of my cousins died of COVID, and he's a doctor himself, and we're gonna be buried him at St. Therese, November 7. That's gonna be, I think, before you hit Param, St. Therese. So we're gonna bring his urn there. It's so sad because we went to that party, and he's so healthy. Just because of COVID, he died. So I don't know. He's a doctor, I guess. Either you're a doctor or a nurse or whatever, you will die if you get hit by the COVID. So I want you guys to be here. He's our guest speaker, and you can address some of your problem in regards of why the business, they're hard for them to get funding. So do you think so we can invite some regular investors to fund the small businesses rather than going to the, government that it's so hard to get in?
That's what I need to hear. Find out what is it that investors want to invest in, and really what is it that the government can do to help them. That's really what it comes down to.
I want to take more of your time. You must be busy
Sure,
with campaigning,
anytime.
and maybe you can come back.
Yep.
So hopefully we have a lot of people. There's another guy, Don. He's supposed to be here. He's a firefighter from Param. He really want to shake your hand. I don't know. Maybe he's still out of town, but he said he wants to see you.
Looking forward to meeting them.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Can you please do your invitation?
Sure. Again, my name's Stavros Anthony. I'm running for the Clark County Commission, District C. If you want to call me on my cell phone, it's 702-812-0123. My website is stavrosanthony at districtc.com. You can go on there and find out who I am, what I'm thinking about. If you want to make a campaign contribution, I'd be glad to have it. And the election's 10 days away, and I appreciate your support. And if you happen to live in District C, which is the northwest part of the valley, if you start at Costco on West Charleston and just go north all the way to Indian Springs, you live in District C, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Oh, I have a lot of friends there. Maybe I gather everybody, and yeah.
You better make
to
some
meet
phone
you.
calls this weekend for
I
me.
will, I promise.
Thank you.
I promise. I have a lot of friends that I support. Of course, my dear friend Richard Iscati, you get the vote. So we have so many friends that really still care for us. One thing, other candidate, they don't really turn their back to the other people who really help them out, but
Right.
some of them are.
And I'm committed to helping people. And the other thing is, I've received the endorsement of the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the Fraternal Order of Police, the Law Enforcement Loyalty PAC. I received the endorsement of the Humane Society for Dogs and Cats, protecting dogs and cats. I received endorsement from 4 veterans organizations. So like I said at the beginning of this program, I received a lot of support and continue to receive support from people. And if you look at most endorsement ballots here that are being sent out all over Southern Nevada, my name's going to be on it.
I know, it's all over. Well, you have a good reputation. That's the
Thank
beauty
you.
about it. Without you having a good reputation, I don't think they will say, you know, hey, something like good things. But anyway, you got the stone earlier. What kind of stone is that you have?
Well,
Is that to black me, right, or something?
this is from the Spiritually Rocked, www.spiritually-rock.com. They have spiritual rocks.
Yeah, what kind of
And
rock is that?
they
See,
gave me
everybody
here
like rocks here.
a rock to make sure that I am calm during this.
And to black me, right?
No, not just to be calm during this interview. And this is my spiritual rock, and it's done a good job spending some time with you today.
I know. I thank you so much also for giving me a chance to express my feelings about the. I know you are a captain of police. You still have that really being a policeman. You know, I mean,
That's who I am.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So I'm the police, something like that. So you're protecting them. I can tell. But anyway.
I don't have the authority to pull you over anymore. They took my badge from me.
But But anyway, I just want to say thank you to our technical director, no other than Patrick Hunter, and of course my partner Angel. She's also my technical director, and I want to say thank you, Jocelyn and Freshka, for being here. And we're supposed to have a lot of people, but they said I'm here. They're inside the car, I guess. And also my dear friend Janice Hunter. We had a great time yesterday. Oh, I think I have the guy because. I did the real estate, see that? So I don't know, he's probably outside taking me. I just want to say thank you to our loving friend and also a leader of the community who is running for a commission District C, no other than Stavros Anthony. Don't forget to vote for him. And I know everybody is that, yes, he's the best, okay? Remember, on October 29, we will have a grand opening here, and we're inviting the small businesses, and he will be the guest speaker. And now you can question him and vote for him because we already have, for that 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 5 days for that. So we were going to invite some of the running candidates in our community to join us here. So once again, this is Ariel Live TV, Ariel W Network, here located at 6040 South Durango, Suite 115. Thank you.
And we're stopped.
All right. Ooh, that was long.
1 hour.
1 hour. Whew.